What's good, everybody? Welcome into Breaking Bet here on the Sunday kickoff show for Week 12. 11:23. We are moving along here in the NFL season. This has been wrapping up pretty quickly. Getting into the home stretch for the regular season. And as always, I got my guy Brad Thomas here to help me break that down. Brad, what's good, buddy? How we feeling this Sunday morning?
Dude, man, chilling, bro. This is actually like the first time in a couple weeks where almost every single game has good weather. A lot of dome games, but like the ones that aren't in domes all have good weather. So we should is the key word, see some action in the player prop market.
Yeah, I'm definitely got a lot to talk about here. There's several plays that I like this week, several props, sides, totals. So, we talked about that Thursday night game with Houston and Buffalo. I think I have to go back and play the tape. I think we both liked Houston with the points.
Yeah, we like the points. Surprisingly, I got a little cute and I hit James Cook and I hit like longest rush. We talked about that, but like I got cute and then took James Cook again with Bills money line.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, I'll say I thought the Bills were going to win, but then it's weird. I started getting like a weird feeling. Probably like an hour before kickoff, I'm like, maybe Houston's live here. Maybe Houston can get this one done. And look, the Bills had their shot. It's just, bro, Josh Allen 7 sacks, man. I mean, some of it was a lot. I mean, a lot of it was because Houston's pass rush is legit. Like Houston's defense being top tier was never in question. We talk about them every week and we say the same thing. Like, hey, their defense is really good, so they're always going to have a shot. And listen, their defense played awesome. It did. And they were getting after Allen nonstop. But a lot of these, like I would say close to half the sacks, maybe 3 of the 7, were probably on Allen trying to like run around in the backfield, make guys miss, thought he was Mike Vick, and just holding on to the ball too long. It was very bizarre. But I had a Khalil Shakir touchdown in there. And I'm like so mad because he had a really good game. He had 2 huge
great game.
The hook and ladder was sick. And he had that little orbit motion, catch and run. I thought he had a shot to score on that, but he didn't wait for Gabe Davis to block. I think it was Lassiter. He didn't wait for that. So there's some good props there. We have Khalil Shakir was nice. So that was disappointing that he didn't score, but big one for Houston. Now, Brad, we got some big matchups here today, and these are going to really start defining what we're looking at for the conference rankings, seedings, divisional races potentially. So let's start off here with a monster matchup in the 1 o'clock window. Indianapolis at Kansas City. This is held firm all week at 3.5. Has not moved. Indy's coming off the bye. Kansas City trying to avoid 3 straight losses, something that I don't know if it ever has happened in the Mahomes era with Mahomes not hurt, Mahomes thing. At Kansas City. So let me ask you this. Before I ask you, like, who do you think wins or covers? What do you feel like, or who do you feel like has the bigger advantage? Indy coming off the bye, 2 weeks to prepare, with a formula that travels, or Patrick Mahomes at home in what we could call desperation mode right now. Kansas City is not only firmly behind Denver in the AFC West standings after losing to them a couple weeks ago or last week, but if the season ended today, they are out of the playoff picture. So where does your handicap take you for this game? Who has the bigger advantage?
I think the Kansas City Chiefs have the bigger advantage just because of the experience, right? Like, this is not the Colts having this game at home against just a team plodding along through the regular season. This is the Colts playing a Kansas City Chiefs team away from home. Yes, off the bye, 2 weeks to prepare, but this is a desperation Chiefs team. I actually am really interested to see the game plan offensively for the Indianapolis Colts, right? Because I want to take Jonathan Taylor first quarter rushing yards. He's it's a really high number, but it's not really so much about Jonathan Taylor, more so the fact that I think you have to get the ground game going. You can't let Spags just let his guys pin their ears back and make life difficult for Daniel Jones early in that game. And I think this is like, I think that's the recipe for success, right? Find success on the ground, give the defense a lot to think about, and then execute your game plan for the rest of the game. So I think the Chiefs have the advantage, but it's a really interesting game.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I don't know why this is a 1:00 game, to be honest. But sorry, I'm a little sick here. Yeah, a little sick this weekend. But for me, the problem for Indy comes if they have to play from behind.
Yeah.
So it is imperative for them to play within a neutral game script, because if you're down a decent amount of points, that neutralizes Jonathan Taylor in the run game. You can still get it done in the pass game, but he's not as effective as he is on the ground. Now, Indy's defense is okay. I don't think it's great. It's for their offense, it's a very strong complement. Daniel Jones, in this type of situation, what does he do if he's forced to drop back 40 times, right? I think for me, this is going to be one of those classic games. It's 3 and a hook where it's a close game all the way through, and then maybe the last 5 minutes, Kansas City has one of these late drives where they go down, they score a touchdown, they end up winning by 6 or 7. Now, I liked Indy for the earlier part of the week. I think 3.5 is fair, to be honest. I don't think that's a terrible bet at all. I just feel like Kansas City comes out here strong. They know they need to win. Now, granted, they can win by a field goal, obviously, but Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes know what's at stake. Like, this isn't even just to win the division. Like, their shot at winning the AFC West right now is on life support, which, by the way, we're all over Denver preseason in the plus 350 range to win the division. We were on that. But they need to secure themselves an opportunity to be able to make the playoffs. And when you look at the fact that they are sputtering right now and they need a win, this is huge for obviously the conference, but also just to get back in the win column here. I feel like Mahomes is going to be looking at Rashee Rice a lot today. I think Rice is going to have a big game. I think Kelsey could be strong today. But we know that Kansas City is going to need this one. I think they're going to win this game. And I think I'm going to lean with KC on the cover. I feel like this is a game where Kansas City is going to win by a touchdown late. And it's going to be one of those where both Indy plus 3.5 and KC minus 3.5 are right there for the taking. But I just feel like the Chiefs come out extra inspired today, knowing they have to get this done, because look at their schedule. They go at Dallas on Thanksgiving, which is a good matchup.
Yep.
And listen, I don't think Dallas is going to beat Kansas City, but their offense can move the ball and they play much better at home. Then the Texans they play. Now, they're home against the Texans, but their defense is relentless, as we've seen. So right now, that's not a gimme. The Chargers is not a gimme. At the Titans is probably a gimme. Then they play the Broncos again, which we know is not a gimme. And then they finish with the Raiders. So they have a few tough games after this week. They are in a position here where they have to win today in order to get themselves in a good spot for the rest of the way for them to be able to make that run.
Yeah.
Are we both on Kansas City minus 3.5?
Yeah.
Any other props?
No, the only thing I was going to take was Jonathan Taylor first quarter rush yards, but like I just can't bring myself to do it at such a high number. Like you would think, and it's not a number that I want to fade either. Excuse me. You would think that, like, let's say the average really good running back is like 18.5, maybe up to 21.5 for a first quarter number. He's all up to 25. Yet what's weird is his money is coming on his under for the full game. So I don't want to put my toe in that water.
Yeah, no, I get it, man, because you never know. The first quarters are
Yeah.
tough. Say Kansas City gets the ball first, they have like a 7 or 8 minute
Yep.
drive, and then Indy goes 3 and out. That's really hard. Quarters are tough. A lot of things out of your control have to align for you to hit
Yep.
that. Props wise, I like Rashee Rice here. 7. Let's see, what is his number? 7 or 8.
For receptions,
Yeah.
6.5.
6.5. Okay. I like him on the over. Indy's top 5, giving up the top 5 most receptions to wide receivers. And I feel like this is going to be a game where Rashee Rice is going to be heavily involved. I think Patrick Mahomes is probably going to target him 10 to 15 times today. So I think Rice's catches are good. 6.5. It was weird because he actually was doing really well last week. I want to say he had like 4 or 5 in the first half, and then he finished with 6. So that was a little bizarre. But I think Rice has a very strong outing this afternoon. I think he's going to be the big X factor if he can get loose for a couple plays here. So I like Rashee Rice catches on the over. Interested on Travis Kelce. Indy hasn't been great against tight ends. They're bottom 3rd in the league. Maybe Kelce, who's been really good. They're actually giving up the 3rd most yards to tight ends this season. They've given up bottom 3rd most catches allowed. Touchdowns are kind of middle of the way here. But I think Travis Kelce is an interesting proposition today as well. Like I said, I think Mahomes is going to do a lot of passing. Travis Kelce's number is 56.5. His receptions are 4.5. I feel like his catches 4.5 are good to the over. I like 5 catches for Kelce. 150 is a little juicy. And for him to get in the end zone today is 150, plus 150. So Kansas City and Rice, though, are probably my 2 favorites here.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. A little fighting the fall weather.
The fall bug. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I actually think somebody gave it to me. So
Dang.
I was dying yesterday. I was
Yeah?
dying. Yeah. Luckily, I woke up this morning. I felt a lot better, but I was dying. I actually yesterday, because I didn't leave the house because I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like head cold, chest congestion. I watched all 4 of the Beverly Hills Cops movies. I just had an Eddie Murphy marathon. Watched all the Beverly Hills Cops.
That's hilarious.
All right, let's go to New England at Cincinnati. Brad, when we did our show on Wednesday, this was a 7 flat. Now it's moved out to 7.5. I feel like the 7.5 is a touch big. A touch. I like the Patriots to win this game. I mean, I don't think that's, they're minus 400 on the money line. But I think New England, who's been playing very good football this year, it's not a matchup problem. No Jamar Chase, which is huge. Spitting on Jalen Ramsey cost him over $500,000, which is nuts. But this is a game where I somewhat think that they could take it a little lightly. I don't know why. I feel like they could get a little light here on this one. I feel like this is a spot where Chase Brown will be used more in the pass game. T. Higgins, I think he could get loose here. But the big X factor on offense is what can Andre Yoshivas do? He's filling in as the 2. Can Yoshivas or some of these other ancillary pass catchers for Cincinnati do enough, move the ball enough against New England in order to keep this one close? Now, we know their defense is disgustingly bad. Their defense is awful. So Drake May and company should be able to move the ball at will, barring a couple turnovers if the Bengals are able to create them. But does 7.5 just seem like a little too tricky to be laying with the Patriots? Or we do this all the time and then they end up covering these numbers?
I think we do this all the time with the Patriots. This is like a really good coached football team. And, what's crazy and kind of scary for this game is with the Bengals, like they've struggled to stop the run.
Yeah.
The Patriots are finally starting to get their run game going. That just makes life easier for the most consistent quarterback so far this season, and that's Drake May, right? Like Drake May, his EPA numbers have been off the charts. His completion percentage has been off the charts. When I watch Drake May play football, and listen, I don't know if it's the play calling or just Drake May the player, but the game looks effortless to him this season. It looks like it definitely slowed down, and that's a really big or bad thing for the Bengals, who struggled defensively. So I think we sometimes just overthink it. But I mean, I agree with the line movement, but I just can't take 7 and a hook.
I'm not taking 7 and a hook either. Listen, opportunities to bet this game, maybe some Travion Henderson, maybe I think maybe some Henderson is fair here, but I don't love 7 and a hook. I don't. I'm not going to play a side here. I'm not also going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to buy a point down or something like that and pay a crazy vig. I think I would lean Cincinnati with the 7.5, but it's nothing official. This is just us talking because Cincinnati does this. A game where they virtually have no business hanging around in, and they do. And I understand Jamar Chase is out, and that's huge, clearly. But sometimes they just find a way to hang around in games that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a letdown spot for New England, but it's definitely a game where I could potentially see them just play around a little bit and not really go for the kill. Let's talk about a game here that I'm kind of skipping ahead here. We'll get back to the other ones, but Brad, Detroit and the Giants. This is actually moved to 13.5, so I have to change.
Freaking heck, man!
So when we did the Wednesday podcast, this was 10.5. But Jackson Dart wasn't ruled out yet. As soon as Dart gets ruled out, the line moves 2 points, 12.5. And now we're catching an extra point here before the game kicks off. I don't know if it's going to get back down to 12.5. But in any event, where does the line end for you to take the Lions today?
I think 14. Once it goes through 14, I'm pass. Yeah. But I think the Lions win this game massive. Like this is like the best possible spot the Lions could have asked for at home. You get a really unsteady quarterback, and that's no disrespect to Jameis, right? But like unsteady quarterback who's not really mobile enough to make your defensive guys think more than just playing him pretty straightforward in a run game that exceeded expectations last week, but I still think has a lot of growth with those two guys in Singletary and Tyrone Tracy. Man, I loved the 10, even with Jackson Dart playing, but oh gosh, I just have such a hard time moving a 3.5 point move. It's just so massive.
I get it, man. I think I'm still going to take the Lions at 13.5. I hate being on the wrong side of the steam train. I mean, listen, this is why we have our shows on Wednesday because we have 2 shows during the week. So we talked about this on Wednesday where, hey, we both love the Lions 10.5. And then before when I was making the lines for this game for the show this morning, it was 12.5, and it's moved another point in the last hour-ish. I think the 14 line is fair, but again, I still think I'm taking Detroit because we've been highlighting this spot all week. This is a Detroit Lions smash spot. We referenced and comped this game to what they did on the road to the Commanders, where they put up a 40 beat and they won by 3 touchdowns. And that's honestly what I think could happen here. Ultimately, I like the Lions. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win big. Dan Campbell off a loss. I feel like this is a spot where the Lions put up close to 40 today, barring some weird stuff happening. I also told you I wanted to cook up a specific parlay for this game. Same game Detroit Lions parlay alone. So would you like to hear what I've come up with?
Yeah, hit me.
All right. Again, I made this morning before the line moved, but if I bought the point down to 12.5, Lions minus 12.5, Jared Goff 225 pass, Jared Goff 3 pass touchdowns, Amon-Ra 60 yards, Jahmyr Gibbs 100 yards rushing, just under 30-1. What say you, Bradford?
Repeat it again.
Jesus Christ. Nobody listens. Okay. Detroit Lions minus 12.5. Took the point down.
Yep.
Goff 3 touchdowns pass. David Montgomery 40 rush yards. Amon-Ra 60 yards receiving. Jared Goff 225 pass. Jahmyr Gibbs 100 rush yards.
I like it.
What would you change, if anything? or is this the smash spot, plug and play?
No, I think I like it. I just think that man, what's the price alone for Jared Goff 3 touchdowns? It better be a good price because
Yeah, it's solid. It's plus money. I took the rushing touchdowns out, like Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 touchdowns is like less than 2-1.
yeah, those are gross.
Those are disgusting. Montgomery's touchdown price though is not bad. He's minus 140. Gibbs is minus 390. Amon Ra's minus 120. JMO's 165. I mean, that's fine. Jared Goff. Sorry. Let's see. 3 touchdowns is 188.
Man, that's a low number for 3 touchdowns. I mean, I think it hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind the parlay at all.
What do we think? 50 each? Hundy piece?
I'm not betting it.
You're not going to – I thought you liked it.
Yeah, just because I like it doesn't mean I'm going to bet it.
Why wouldn't you bet it if you like it?
Because I don't like it enough to bet it.
What would you change?
I don't know, man. You're asking for a lot of really positive things to happen.
Yeah, but I get it. But I'm thinking this is
I also probably the worst person because I don't like same game parlays. Like,
I get it. A lot of things have to happen in a similar fashion, but I think, all right, let's base the handicap. We think the Lions are going to win big today.
Yeah.
Which means there's going to be a lot of scoring, which means there's going to be a lot of individual performances that are good. Right?
Yeah.
Correlated. I mean, look, the Gibbs 100, Montgomery 40. I mean, 100 rush yards is always it's tough to bet on, but I think Gibbs is going to go wild today. He's gonna have like a vintage Sonic game.
Yeah,
I'm on Ross 60. All right, you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll circle back to this towards the end of the show.
Yeah,
we'll let it marinate. How to introduce it now? We'll let you think about it, guys. Comment if you think this is a smash spot parlay, or if not, what would you change about it? We're talking just the Lions individually same game parlay. All right, let's go to Pittsburgh and Chicago, 2.5 points. Well, we talked about this earlier this week. I personally didn't love this game. I think it's 2 teams that in the Bears have overachieved this year, and the Steelers really aren't that good, but then they show up at these weird times. Ultimately, I think I would go with Chicago because they've been a little bit more consistent. I think they have more ways to beat you. That's with or without Aaron Rodgers playing. So for me, I think I like Chicago 2.5. Now, I'm not 100% sure if they are projecting Rodgers in or out because they're not offering anything Aaron Rodgers prop related for passing. So that might be right now a number that can move on the other side of 3 if Rodgers is ruled out. But Brad, do you like the Bears here with or without Rodgers?
Yeah, I like the Bears both ways. The Bears just keep finding ways to get it done, which I really think is the mark of a really good team or a team that's figuring it out. But also the Steelers, like their identity is gone, bro. Like even when the Steelers sucked, and I use that term loosely, but even when they weren't that good, their defense was always really good. But this is like one of the worst Steelers defenses we've seen in quite some time, which gives me a really like a lot of questions like with about Rodgers, right? Like Rodgers plays or doesn't play, that doesn't fix the defense. And the Steelers specifically are bad against the run. Now you have a Bears team who they've kind of turned their run game around, right? Like this is the Bears team who we kind of questioned DeAndre Swift's running ability, missing some holes early in the season, but that could just come from that like that off-season rust. And then now Kyle Monangai's playing some really good football as well. And then like let's talk about Rodgers again. Like Rodgers is just like the doctors are saying he shouldn't play, right? Like that's kind of weird. Like the doctors are saying he shouldn't play, yet you're still going to try to force it in there. I just think that, man. I think like you got to take the Bears here in this situation. Like you're getting even if Rodgers is playing, he said he thinks he can protect himself. Like it's not it's not that like he's good to go. He's going to be playing hurt, which is kind of scary.
Props wise, you think Rome Daddy does anything today?
I do. I think Rome has a good game. You know what's funny about
170
all of the
score. Guy 195 score.
what's funny about all these is all of these player props, like for pass catchers, are all up in this game than what their normal numbers should be. Like than what I would not what my projections, but like what I would set the lines at. Like Colson Loveland is up to, I think he should be a 25 guy. He's 27. Who else was it? Rome. We talked about Rome. Rome is at 50 and a half. He should be 48, which I thought was off a little. Luther Burden, I thought was a 34. His was 35 and a half, which is like only 1 yard, but it's a lot of numbers that are really, I don't know. I don't want to say like poorly priced, but I think they're of the assumption that this game could have a little bit more excitement than we believe.
Yeah. 46.5 on the total here. So it's kind of indicating could be closer to higher scoring. But if anything else, I don't know if I'm going to make an official play, but I like the Bears today. I think the Bears are going to get it done at home.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm fighting here. Jets at the Ravens, 13.5, pretty much held firm all week. Why wouldn't we take the Ravens with the big number? Why wouldn't we? Justin Fields is not playing. It's Tyrod.
What happened last time Tyrod Taylor started an NFL game? It was against the Bucs, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was the bullshit backdoor cover. That was absurd. That was absurd.
But he was awful.
Livid.
He was awful. Yeah, I think I just don't know about this Ravens team though. Like I don't think they're as good as we think. Maybe we go Keaton Mitchell rushing yards. This number's pretty decent. Like this is a game where you don't need to pound Derrick Henry, even though I like Derrick Henry 2+ touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 14 or pass. I think it's Rams or oh my God. I think it's Ravens or pass. Like I don't think there's a real scenario where you could say I'm confident in taking Tyrod Taylor, one of the least efficient quarterbacks over the last 10 years. That's really fucked up. But his numbers are just so bad. I'm being hyperbolic. I'm sorry, but his numbers are so bad. It makes you like question, like, does this make them better? Right? Like you're benching Justin Fields for what? It's different if you have like, I don't know, a guy on his rookie contract waiting in the wings, like, and then you're benching him for another guy. Like you're a bad team. Why are you bringing in Tyrod Taylor? You think he's going to give you a spark that's going to make you win games? Like you've seen him play football. He's not.
Yeah. All right. Here's the deal. I love the Ravens this week. I love the Ravens. And we talked about this. They haven't played a complete game, in my opinion, in a while. They managed to beat Cleveland last week, but I mean, they were dicking around the whole time. It really wasn't good football. The week before that, Minnesota, like. And it's a double-edged sword, right? Because I don't think they played well against Minnesota, and they still covered, and they still put up 27 points against the defense that's got a lot of individual talent, even though they haven't played up to the level that we saw last year. So when is that game coming? When they put it all together? This, to me, seems like a game where Baltimore could and should win like 37-3, 37-7. Like, this is a game where I feel like Baltimore should be putting up anywhere from 30 to 40 points at a minimum and winning by a margin of close to 3 touchdowns or 3 possessions. I just, like, if they don't do that, then they didn't take this game seriously. And I think for Baltimore, they're not in a position right now with the Steelers leading the AFC North where they could be taking things lightly. That's not to say that, Baltimore is not a very good bet to get in right now. Maybe it's a look ahead. Possibly. You got the Bengals next week with Joe Burrow coming back. That's a Thanksgiving Day game, by the way. Maybe the Ravens keep it very vanilla. A lot of Derrick Henry, a lot of Keaton Mitchell. Simple pass patterns. Nothing too flashy. Definitely possible. Because not only is, like I said, the short week with Thanksgiving, but now you're going to play the Bengals with Burrow coming back. That would probably be my only concern. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know what the Jets have to offer that would make me think, hey, they're going to be able to keep this game close.
Yeah. I don't think like
I was going to say, by the way, the Ravens are minus 280 to win the division right now. So can't even say let's get in on them. I think these odds are worse now than they were in the preseason. I think this is a Ravens spot all day. I got Henry in a parlay for 80 yards. I think Baltimore wins big.
Oh, that's what I wanted to check. I forgot to check what Henry's 2+. I already bet it.
I bet it's. I have something in there too.
I don't even know what number I got. Yeah, it was around plus 250. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah, 240, 250. Yeah, look, man, I think this is a Baltimore spot. I'd be surprised if Baltimore doesn't blow them out.
Yeah.
Like I said, they could keep it very vanilla. They have a short week next week. They're playing Bengals, and that's always like a personal matchup for them.
Yeah.
And Burrow is going to be making his return, presumably.
Are you worried? Are you worried about a look ahead? I know we had talked about this, but
on a scale of 1 to 10, worried, I'd probably be like 3. Like because the thing is, I try not to price that into my handicap. Like it's definitely possible, but that would be the only thing. I don't want to sit there and say, well, I'm not going to bet the Ravens because they might be looking ahead to next week. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that's not a good handicap. So, I'm not going to take the Ravens who check the boxes across the board, have the matchup advantage everywhere. But I'm not going to bet them because they might be looking ahead. To me, long term, that's not good handicapping. I'm taking the information of what we have here, and I think 13.5 should be more like 16.5. And listen, if we're wrong, we're wrong. If they don't get off the bus, they don't get off the bus. But I think at some point they have to put together a good football game. Like, obviously, this is a game that should not be close, but this for morale and just your mental and psychological makeup, this is a good opportunity for Baltimore gearing up for a second half run to be like, okay, let's go out there. Let's do what we do. Let's not dick around, and let's drop 40 on them. Let's get some good momentum going into a short week Thursday night against the Bengals. That's what they need. They haven't really had that game. I mean, granted, look, they played overall pretty well against Miami. Miami was moving the ball against them.
Yeah.
A couple strange penalties turned that game from a blowout to probably a closer game, or vice versa. But I think the Ravens are a green light here today against the Jets. And I think the fact is, without Quinnen Williams, who's on Dallas now, I'd be surprised, man, if Henry doesn't put up a monster day. I'd be surprised. Like
that run defense without Quinnen is just like
it's night and day.
Parting of the Red Seas.
Man. Yeah, it's night and day. I mean, Quinnen Williams is a difference maker. And look, the only way I think Henry doesn't have the big one is if they get up so big that they just pull him. Yeah. That's the only way. It's my take on it. We got another big one here. It's come down, actually. Seattle was 13.5 all week, moved down to 12.5. Brad, is 12.5 still good for you for the Seattle Seahawks traveling west to east against the Tennessee Titans?
No. That's like numbers too big, road game, cross-country travel. I did see that my bet that I gave out on the show for anybody who didn't watch the Wednesday show took a little bit of money. Let me just double-check to see what it's at now. Give me 30 seconds. What the heck? Here it is. Yeah, it took it only took like 15 cents, but that's Seahawks first half over 13.5. I think they have a chance to hit that by the first quarter. I wouldn't play it at minus 135, but if you want to devig it any, that's fine.
For what?
The Seahawks first half team total.
What was the number?
13.5. highest scoring first half team.
Yeah, I would
Wait, someone must have just bet it as we're talking. I just watched the odds boards move it. It's only 100. So now it's mine. Yeah, whatever. I like it. High scoring first half team.
yeah.
The Titans aren't like the worst. They're allowing, I think, something like 9 or 10 first half points, which isn't great. I mean, like I'm not firing it into it just because it's the Titans, but what I think the Titans' biggest weakness that the Seahawks will be able to exploit is their pass game. Right? The Titans do not have a good run game, but I think in the second level, that's like their biggest issue. Now you have JSN just going at you and Sam Darnold kind of getting the time to throw the ball. I like it a lot. And you're playing indoors, which helps a lot.
What? So playing indoors?
I mean, I don't know. I just said that.
You're right.
Bro, I told you I'm tired, man. I stayed up late last
A little
night.
slow this morning. Dude, is it me or can you find first half props anywhere?
Yeah, what do you need?
Where are you finding them? So FanDuel doesn't offer. I'm trying to see if DK's offering.
Like first half team totals?
No, first half
Like
player
players?
The reason I ask is because I want to see what JSN's numbers are for the first half.
To do so for most first half is like first half touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't want that shit. I want to see what we can get.
Wait, actually, I can find it. Hold on. You want JSN?
Just get where are you finding JSN? I want to see what his first half catch number is.
Yeah, I should be able to get that number for you. I know they do it for running backs, so they would have to do it for wide receivers, right?
Like this is a perfect spot to take JSN first half catches. This is a typical game where JSN is eating and then they're blowing him out so bad that they have to pull him in the second half. Barely give him the ball.
I hope it's a first half blowout so I don't have to sweat my bet. Like I want to hit it in the first half. That's like my biggest bet of the week.
What, Seattle team total?
Yeah, first half. And I'm okay with firing into their team total live if they have
their first half spread is 6.5.
Wow, that's good.
-1 is juice, -135. I mean, I think they won.
Dude, it's still spinning JSN. Okay, first half receiving. They only have receiving yards, not receptions.
Of course. What's his receiving yards first half? Like 50?
53 is consensus, but there is a 49 on Fanatics.
Oh, you're diving into the Cabbage Patch Kids of sport books here.
Dude, literally, it's like two of the worst books are on this. ESPN will limit you, and Fanatics will limit you in like heartbeats.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean this is the game to do it because look, Seattle could very easily do the same thing Baltimore could do, is just not get off the bus. This is a long road trip. It's not true west to east. I mean, Tennessee is eastern from where Seattle is, but you're still on Central Time here. We've seen this team travel. Now, granted, covering 12.5 is a lot different than covering, say, a 1.5 or 2.5. I don't know, man. The way Seattle's played, like Seattle off a loss too, is a bounce back for them. You know, I think they're going to be pissed off how they lost. Sam Darnold, I think, is going to have a big game. Like he threw 4 picks. You know, he single-handedly probably kept Seattle from winning that game against the Rams. I mean, they lost by 2 points, and he still had a bad game.
Yeah.
So I think this is a spot where Darnold goes nuts. Look, man, I'm going to lay the big here. I'm taking Seattle. Look, the Tennessee Titans can do what they did against the Chargers and keep this one close. But Seattle's been playing a lot better than the Chargers have all year. I like what the Seahawks have. I think they're going to be able to get after it by land and by air. I think this Seattle defense right now is really hitting its stride the last month or so since their guys all came back healthy. Like we talked about this earlier in the year when their secondary was not playing well with these injuries. Yeah. They couldn't stop third and longs. Like Tampa Bay game was a perfect example.
Yep.
They're in sync now. They're Justin Timberlake in sync right now. I feel like the Seattle defense has a big one here, gets a couple turnovers. I think they're going to cover this number. I like the first half, 6.5. That's fair, but I think my play on the game is going to be laying the 12.5. But look, if you want to lay the 6.5 with them or go their team total first half, I mean they put up 30 plus points, I think 4 times in the first half this year. So that's a good one there to look at. Brad, I in a parlay, if you'd like to hear it, Let me pull it up. So I did a few touchdown parlays today, one of which was a 2-tutty scorer. I did 3 players for a 2-tutty scorer. I did King Henry,
Okay.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
Okay.
and I did Zach Charbs in charge, 2 tutties.
Fuck.
What do you say?
Solid, except so but your parlays are competing against each other. You know that, right? Because your other parlay has 3 passing touchdowns. You need Jahmyr Gibbs to get a receiving touchdown for sure.
I mean, if the Lions put up 40, he can do.
Yeah, that's a lot of touchdowns.
I have the Lions putting up 30, at least 35 today.
I like it.
But also, I mean, they could be competing against each other, but trying to cover a couple different bases there.
Why doesn't Rashee Rice score 2 touchdowns today?
He could. He absolutely could. I think
I'm gonna put a little bit on Rashee Rice to score 2 touchdowns.
What's the price?
It is
was that rhetorical, or did you want me to answer that?
No, I know the price.
Well, what's the price?
Plus 700. I can probably find a better price than that.
That's solid.
I know. I kind of wanted around 10-1, so maybe I won't.
Yeah, but I don't. Here's a problem I hate with Kansas City. They have so many options. They'll go to anybody. Like they'll go to Noah Gray in the red zone inside the 10-yard line. They'll go to Noah Gray. So Rice is definitely fair to get in twice. I probably would rather take Rice to get in once. And that number.
Yeah, I'm doing both. The thing is minus Vig though, right? No, it's plus 115.
110, 115, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put half unit on both.
But I think Charbs could get in twice here today because they've shown that he's the goal line back. And if they get close, they're gonna probably give it to him. And I don't know. I feel like, unfortunately, with Kenny Walker, he's being phased out of the red zone area, or at least inside the 5, inside the 10. And the Titans have given up the second most touchdowns for running backs. So I think this is a solid play. Not sure. Is Jeffrey Simmons still out?
I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm putting this bet in.
What are you putting in?
The Rashee Rice bet.
Oh, 2 touchdowns straight?
Yeah, I took one. I took one as well this as a saver because I'll be pissed if he scores 1 and I don't get any. That's like the worst, like when you take like a big ladder and you like actually don't take the base and then they like don't hit it, and you're like, what did I just do? Jeffrey Simmons will play today.
Yeah.
What props did I take for this game? I don't think I took any player props in this game.
It's a tough one to take because you got to be weary of a second half lopsided score. But I like Charbs to get in. I think Zach Charbonnet is a good bet to score today. He's plus 105. JSN's plus even money. Kenny Walks is plus 120. AJ Barner's 250. I think Tajay Spears is solid at 3-1. Chimeri DK maybe 5-1. Yeah. Anything else on this game?
No, let's move on.
All right. Minnesota at Green Bay. It is 6 and a hook. Brad, I'll let you start this one off.
Dude, man. I was looking for a reason to want to take Minnesota. Doesn't this feel like just like a stinky Minnesota spot, right? Like 6.5. Green Bay Packers dealing with some running back issues, haven't been playing their best football. Everyone's already downtrodden on JJ McCarthy, but he just continues to the word impress is not right. Get the job done, I guess, is a better way to say it when he's healthy. I just can't do it though. I just don't like this Minnesota team. I don't like their offensive line's not good enough. They're not good against the run game. Aaron Rodgers officially ruled out. Go ahead and get your bets in right now if you like Chicago. Everyone listening, Aaron Rodgers officially ruled out.
Line hasn't moved yet.
No,
probably
they'll probably take it down in like 2 minutes.
It's going to flip to 3 with 3.5. I would think it probably flips at
3.5. Yeah. Down. Damn. That was quick.
Still on FanDuel at 2.5. Grab that in. Get that in.
I'm fumbling, man. I'm fumbling.
Fumble the bag, baby.
I fucked this up. It's whatever. It wasn't meant to bet it. I wasn't meant to bet that. I literally.
You're mumbling. You're not making sense. What are you
I
saying?
literally went to go bet it, and I put the wrong amount, and then by the time I went to go delete it, it was over. Oh my gosh. That is gross. Whatever. I didn't want to bet it.
All right.
I can't believe that just happened. No way that just happened.
FanDuel's got 2.5, so.
Oh,
All right. Well, while I don't know what you're doing, but look, man, I don't know if I'll have anything official. I have the Vikings in a parlay. I took 7.5 here. I think mini 6.5 is good. You know, you highlighted a lot of reasons why I wouldn't want to take Green Bay in a big number divisional wise. They just have not played a good game in a while. I'm not saying Minnesota's a great team. Like they're so hit or miss. But 6.5 points in a divisional game against a team that's not playing good football is a lot. And Josh Jacobs could be out today. Like they're taking him down to the wire. Manuel Wilson's solid. But like the thing is, if Minnesota's defense can play even somewhat solid, I think this is definitely a realistic shot for Minnesota to win. Like J.J. McCarthy, I'm not a fan of him right now. I'm not. But I just think he's got to be decent. Play mistake-free football. Get the ball to Jettas. Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. They have so many opportunities, so many ways to beat you. Like, I'm not sold on this Green Bay secondary. I think their front is good. Micah Parsons has had a really good year. But J.J. McCarthy makes a couple throws to Jordan Addison or Jettas or whoever. I think this is a game where it stays close, man. Travis, the Vikings fell off. I'm not arguing with you. I just think 6.5 is a lot of points. Jettas is not relaxed. Jettas is washed. Come on. That's a blasphemous statement. 6.5 is a lot of points, man. I think
a lot of points for divisional.
I think I would take Minnesota. If I'm probably not going to play a side on this game straight, but I think Minnesota keeps this one close. I think 6.5 is just a big number for a Green Bay team who has not shown me anything along the lines of being a touchdown plus favorite.
Yep.
Props wise, I probably won't do anything props wise because look, if Minnesota has like a repeat of what they had last week, where JJ McCarthy can't get the ball to Justin Jefferson, it's risky right now. And then we don't know Josh Jacobs if he's playing or not, and can't really bet the running back market. Like Jacobs might give it a go. I think 3.5 is good on the Vikings.
6.5 is like
that's a big number.
Yeah. I was going to take JJ passing under. But I like at a 6.5 point spread. I think
here's the problem props wise with the Vikings. You don't know which JJ McCarthy is going to show up.
Exactly, and he ruins everything.
Is going to be this kid that had a great fourth quarter against the Bears, or is going to be the kid that did nothing last week? You don't know who's showing up, and that's a big problem betting props for them. So I'm not betting anything on Minnesota. I don't like Green Bay's props, especially with Josh Jacobs' status in limbo, 2 hours before kickoff. So I think if anything else, I would just take Minnesota with the spread here, 6.5. Undecided if I'm going to make that an official play or not. That's a hold your nose because these are two teams I don't really like right now. I don't have a lot of faith because they're very high variance. They have low floors, but they have somewhat decent ceilings. So there's a lot of variance in between with both of these squads. So that's the only reason why I don't think 6.5 is a realistic line for Green Bay to be laying even at home.
Yeah.
Brad, your boy's going today, baby. Shador is live. Cleveland, 3.5 point dog at the Raiders. Which spot do you like?
Dude, I like the Browns plus 3.5.
Ooh.
The biggest issue with Dylan Gabriel, and with all due respect, I'm a UCF guy, so I'm not going to sit here and bash him, was his inability to stretch the field. I think there was also a sense of his lack of, which is weird to say this about Dylan Gabriel, but his unwillingness to take chances. You're going to get that with Shedeur. Hell, you might get a couple interceptions, but he has no problem taking chances, extending plays, trying to make magic.
Yeah.
We're pricing the Raiders like there's something to fear. 3.5? That's huge, man. This is a really freaking good Browns defense.
Bro, tell me what. Are we taking Shedeur Sanders anytime tutty today, 5-1? He gets loose near like the 15. Max Crosby's coming around the edge, makes a little move, gets in there, gets upfield for pay dirt. Little tutty for Shedeur today, 5-1. Ooh, maybe. Buddy, come on now.
Man, I don't know, dude. I get it, right? It makes sense, but
I mean, he's got some mobility. He can make that happen.
Yeah, he has the mobility of a horned frog. I just feel like if they're 5 yards from the end zone, they're freaking running it with Judkins, or they're freaking doing that freaking Harold what's the name? Harold Fannin tight end screen like they always do in the red zone.
Watch Ashton Jeanty get 30 carries today after he lost it for us last week. Bro, don't tell me that coaches aren't betting on player props. That's the only logical explanation that Ashton Jeanty got 3 carries in the first half last week in a relatively neutral game script against a bottom 5 run defense is Chip Kelly bet all his unders. It has to be. There's no other way. There's no way you come out with like 80% pass plays in the first half. And then obviously you get down too much, then you can't run in the second half.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly was definitely betting on Ashton Jeanty's unders. Somebody go find his login. I think Shedeur 5-1 to get in today is a solid little sprinkle. I think he could definitely get in. Just because he's a young guy, just wants to make something happen. I think the Raiders could be gearing up a lot for Quinshon Judkins today. This could be a big day for Judkins.
Yeah, I think his numbers are pretty big already too, which kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be looking to take that. Let's see, what's Genty's number? Genty's 58.5. Smash the under?
Nah. I think it's a fair line.
We'll see how many carries he gets today. Shedeur touchdown is definitely interesting to me.
Take it, bro.
All right, yeah. What I say
talk about it and not take it.
What I say, Bears slipped to 3.5. Full point FanDuel now.
Yeah.
You still feel good about the Bears covering 3.5?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. Could get some buyback on Pittsburgh. Get this to a flat 3 before.
I will be interested to see what the pros do. Those guys who only attack sides, the movers. I want to see like what happens.
To be honest, though, to be fair, I think a lot of them probably had the feeling that Rodgers wasn't going to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm interested to see if they take the 3.5
with the Bears, or the Steelers.
With the Steelers, because that line had to be priced in, right? Like,
yeah, I think it did too. All right, let's go to Jacksonville and Arizona. It's held firm at 2.5 all week. Brad, I got to tell you, I like Arizona in this one. I think Arizona's a live dog today at home. Jacksonville's traveling east to west. Bro, like Brian Thomas is out again. I know he hasn't been the impact player that we both thought he would be. I don't think that's
Josh Jacobs officially ruled out.
Is he ruled out? Okay. Let's see if that moved the line at all here. Probably not. Sorry, guys. I'm sick this week.
It's okay.
I was probably baked into the price. I don't know, man. I'm just not impressed with Jacksonville. I don't like them. I didn't buy the hype on them coming to the year. I wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid on the Jaguars. And I know Arizona's a weird team. I think this is such a letdown spot for Jacksonville, right? Like Jacksonville blows a 3-possession lead to the Texans, a game they easily should have won. I think they sort of did the same thing to Vegas. They kind of let Vegas hang around. Won that one in OT or at the end of the regulation. Let me confirm. Memory's going to shit lately. Yeah, it was OT. Okay, it was OT. Because the Raiders didn't get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And then, bro, they steamrolled the Chargers last week. That was nuts. I don't know if the Chargers were just booking early trips to Cabo for the bye week this week. They didn't get off the bus. If the Chargers got some Xanax slipped in their midnight snacks or what it was. But Jaguars, whether they were pissed off or whatever that came to be, 135-6 last week. That's an outlier. That was a shocker. I don't know. I don't even know how to categorize that. Like, I don't, because it was bizarre because that's not the kind of team they are. Now, granted, they basically put up 30 points in 3 straight weeks. Buddy, I don't know. I think this is a massive letdown spot for Jacksonville.
I think it is too. The cross-country aspect's the biggest. And, I saw the quote about how the players were highlighting Liam Cohen and, the energy he brings and, the talks he gives. I feel like that's never, that's not always a good thing, right? Like, it's not always good when you're relying so heavily on your coach's motivation, the motivation factor. Your coach motivates you. Like, how many of those a season do you need, right? Yeah, I think the 2.5's fair. You know, it's funny. Remember when Michael Wilson was 25.5, 22.5. He's 60.5 this week.
Yeah, well, he went nuts. I think it was
the
high receiver of the week last week.
Yeah,
look, man, I like the Cardinals. I think Brissett's solid. I'm starting him again in fantasy. I don't have the True Media login here, but since he became the starter, I'd be curious to see how many guys are better than him in fantasy. The last 5.
Who, Jacobs?
Yeah. 5 weeks, 6 weeks. But look, man, you know what you're getting 1%. Is captain of the ship steady. Other than that one outlier, really, against the Seattle Seahawks, where 2 strip sack scoop scores changed the game. I mean, I don't know, man. I know it was a big disappointment for us or for me, but I mean, I like what Brissett's doing with Arizona's offense. I know they got the shit beat out of them last week too against San Francisco, but I mean, they give up 41 points. That's a defensive issue. But I like Arizona here on the bounce back. Jacksonville's, in my opinion, really not that good. I know ETN's played good this year. He's had a bounce back. Trevor Lawrence, I'm not sold on. And we have to ask ourselves, why has this been 2.5 all week? This has not moved. This has been 2.5 all week. I feel like I'm reading the tea leaves here. If there was a lot of strength on Jacksonville, this would have got to 3. Do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like someone's holding it down. Listen, I'm probably sure the public split is on Jacksonville, and then there's probably a lot of sharps on Arizona keeping this under the 3.
Can you check on that real quick?
Yeah.
Check your splits.
Let's see.
I'll say this while you're looking at that. Personally,
yep, I was right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, the public is crushing this game.
Jacksonville?
55%. But it's funny that the public is betting this so much, and the line moved from 3 to 2.5.
That probably was at the open.
Yeah,
it was
3 at the
open.
It was
2.5. It was 2.5 on Wednesday.
Let me see the 6 day ago chart. It only dipped. Okay, so it only dipped. Was that it dipped to 3 for 2 days?
When? Monday, Tuesday?
No, that was on last Wednesday. And then
We did our show Wednesday night. This was 2.5.
it goes, on Wednesday, it goes up to 2.5, then goes back the next day on Friday to 3. And then when's the 22nd? That was yesterday?
Yeah.
And then yesterday moves to 2.5, back to 2.5.
I mean, it seems like Cardinals. This is Arizona territory.
Damn, this is 60%. How much change is that? 40% change. Okay, that's too much math. All right, never mind. Keep going. I was gonna do like what the change percentage of was between those who were betting at 3 and those who were betting at 2.
Look, look, it's all fine and dandy, but I just think Arizona, they've had 2 bad losses in a row. They're back at home here this week again. Jacksonville, cross-country travel, big letdown spot. I feel like Jacoby Brissett's going to be able to move the ball against this Jacksonville defense. And, whether it's Bam Knight or Michael Carter, going to be able to get something done in the run game. Trey Benson's going to be back. Trey McBride should have a big one here. Jacksonville's been relatively vulnerable against tight ends. I think this is a very nice Trey McBride spot. I understand he's had an unreal year, so his numbers have been crushed, and you're not really getting the numbers that you were in the past. But Jacksonville is bottom 7 in the league against tight ends with catches. They're bottom 6 against tight ends in yards. They've given up tied for the second most touchdowns to tight ends. Like, I think this should be a big Trey McBride game.
Yeah.
Michael Wilson, I think, is solid today.
I would rather just bet Michael Wilson under, though, because the principle of betting someone who's 40 yards higher than their season average, I know there's no Harrison. It's just like, that's just still ridiculous.
Yeah. I think should have a big one today is Greg Dortch. I picked him up in fantasy. I'm streaming him.
Yeah, 28.
I think Greg Dortch is going to have probably 50 or 60 yards and a touchdown today.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's my long shot play in this game. But I like Arizona to win out right here. I think this is probably a pretty good look for them. I think they have a couple matchup advantages, especially with Trey McBride against a team that's not very strong against defending tight ends. All right, let's go to Atlanta and New Orleans. Saints are 1.5 points. If you haven't heard, Michael Penix, my guy, done for the year. Drake London out for this one. Yeah, it stinks. Brad, I got to say, I don't know why I would take Atlanta. I like New Orleans in this one. I think they're going to win outright. Kirk Cousins just maybe has a better showing here than what we saw against Miami, but no Penix, no London. They finally gave the ball to Bijan Robinson last week. We're all over that breakout game again.
Yeah.
Man, they blew another one, though. Their defense is not that good. I don't know why.
Dude, it's overhyped because
they have a couple individual players playing well. Jalen Walker is doing really well, but dude,
I'm guilty.
I don't understand why people think Atlanta's good or why the come up was coming. It's not. I like New Orleans today. I think New Orleans has a good game. I think they're going to edge out Atlanta. Now, let me ask you a question. We both like the Saints. For our parlay bettors, how confident, Brad, are you in adding the Saints money line to a parlay piece? Scale 1 to 10.
6.
Fair. I probably would have put it around 6. Yeah. Anything props related in this game?
Damn, this is a hard prop game, dude.
It is.
I took oh my god. Let me go back and see what number I took. I took Darnell Mooney.
I think he's going to be the biggest sucker play this week, Mooney.
I took receptions.
Mooney's either going to have an amazing game or he's going to do next to nothing.
Dude, yeah. Well, his line's chopped now. It's 3.5. Super juicy over. I thought I took 2.5. Let me just check. Oh, wait. No. I took 3.5. His line's up to 4.5 now. Holy crap. Who the hell's paying 4.5? Dude, there's shops that have this at minus 160 for 3.5.
Over 4.5? Or sit 3.5?
3.5. Consensus is 3.5.
Maybe Chris Olave, 170. Nice game for Chris Olave. Yeah. Tyler Algier. I think Algier right now is a good bet to get in because even though you got Bijan Robinson, they love giving the ball to Tyler Algier.
Love giving him in those short yardage situations.
I actually took like a super long shot today. I'll read it off to you. I did. Oh shit! You ready? All right, I did a couple touchdown parlays. I had Tyler Algier, Rashee Rice, Jalen Hurts, Sean Tucker. That's one parlay.
Okay.
What do you feel about that?
I like it. Dude, I took Sean Tucker. Excuse me. Right at the open.
Yeah.
Touchdown, 2+ touchdowns. The alligator, I think he gets in because like one thing that is for certain against the Saints is you'll get in the red zone. They have one of the highest opponent red zone trip percentages. Like drives that end in red zones, drives where the opponents at least get to the red zone, which is a little bit different than EPA, right? A little bit different. So it's just a matter of like getting to that 5. You want like first and goal from the 5.
Yeah.
Then it's Algier.
I took a crazy
Excuse me.
Michael Wilson, Alec Pierce, Tet McMillan tomorrow night. Do you know who the last leg is?
Hit me.
He's playing in this game. Let's see if you can take a guess who it is. Dig deep.
Kyle Pitts.
No. Kadaro Hodge.
Oh, frick.
Sneak play, Kadaro Hodge. I think Darnell Mooney is going to get so much attention as will Kyle Pitts in the past game. Kadaro Hodge is that sneaky, super long shot that could just break one loose, busted coverage, find a way to get in. But I think Taysom Hill's also alive too. Taysom Hill loves taunting the Falcons. Taysom Hill's a good play today to get in. It's just hard because he doesn't really get that many opportunities.
Dude, they have neutered his prices now, though.
I mean, he's 4-1 to get in today.
Wow. Much better than last week was last game was what plus so 3.8, so plus 280, something like that.
Yeah.
That's not bad, dude.
No, I think Taysom Hill's live. All right, we got a few more games here. So Dallas, Philly, we talked about this. Dallas was like minus 122 at 3.5 all week. They got down to 3. I know we both like Dallas 3.5. Now that the narrative's changed a little bit on the price, what is your feeling on the Cowboys getting a flat 3?
I think the Cowboys still don't cover in this game.
Really?
Dude, like, okay, so I was watching this video, this schematic video of like why the Cowboys can't have success against the Eagles, and it felt like a lot of words for like a lot of like how do I describe it? Like it felt like they were finding like grasping at straws. Like it felt like they were grasping at straws. Like, oh, the Cowboys run a lot. Will switch to a lot of zone when they play against the Eagles, which will give Jalen Hurts issues. And I'm just thinking there, like, if Tom from XYZ Analytics is seeing this, right? Like the dude who's making $50,000 a year. You don't think that these $1 million coaches are going to know that? and change their game plan. Like sometimes people make these these massive high level what they think are high level breakdowns of games where it's just like if a quarterback knows you're going to play primarily zone against them, they're going to pick you apart. And it's not hard to tell if someone's going to play a zone. I don't care if you disguise the coverage at first, like by bringing, I don't know, 6 up front, right? And you have to guess who's going to drop. All you got to do is just move somebody and figure out, are they staying or are they going? And I think the Eagles win and cover. I do think I am not betting this though, because I do think that the Dallas defense looked the part last week. Getting those guys back and healthy was really big. But even like their best cover corner, he had some sketchy moments in that game, and that's Deron Bland. That's against the freaking one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. I mean, one of the worst wide receiver cores in the NFL. A wide receiver core so bad that they have to run double tight end sets, and they have a tight end playing out wide and a tight end playing in the slot. And that's no disrespect. Brock Bowers is arguably one of the best tight ends in the NFL, but come on.
Yeah, okay. So look, I'd have to go back and see what I said if this game got to 3, because it was leaning that way all week. I like Dallas, interdivision home dog. I like them to cover 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they win, to be honest. Dallas has played a lot better. I know they definitely still have some holes, especially on defense. I feel like they're going to be able to score today against a Philly defense that's just not been as good as it was last year. They definitely have a lot of individual talent. But I just think when you're looking at this type of rivalry, Dallas is going to really get up for this one. At home against Philly, the Eagles just have not looked good. I understand they won and they covered against Detroit, and they put up 16 points last Sunday.
Yeah.
They beat Green Bay the week before 10-7. Yeah, they're winning, they're covering. Awesome. But I just think the way Dallas has been moving the ball and the confidence that they have, and they're still playing for Marshawn Neal, I think, but they have a lot of confidence right now. And when they play at home, they're a lot better, that they're going to be able to move the ball and really push Philadelphia. And Philadelphia's going to have to be crisp. I'm not saying Philly won't be able to score and move the ball on their own accord, but I just take 3 points at home here with Dallas in a spot where I think they're going to be extra amped up today.
Yeah.
I just don't love what I'm seeing from Philly. And I know they're getting the job done. And ultimately, it's win ugly, win pretty. It's the same thing. But I just feel like the way they've been playing, you can't continuously expect to win like that. I'm going to go with the Cowboys getting the 3. But to be honest, I might wait till right before kickoff, because if by some miracle this gets back to 3.5, there's some late rush on Philly and this pushes back to 3 and a hook, which probably doesn't happen. I don't think this is going to get down inside 3.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 3 or 3.5 in a
I agree.
Like case. Props for this game, Brad. Anything that you're liking here?
Yeah, I think you go with AJ Brown receptions.
Yeah.
I think if they are going to play a lot of zone, you just have AJ Brown sit in the zone a lot. And then people say you could do that with Dallas Goedert. I guess it's good too, but I just think AJ Brown is going to get a lot of those short yardage touches, just like Dallas Goedert would.
I think Brown's fair. It's just it's tough to pinpoint when he's going to get going. I mean, I'd rather probably go Devontae Smith.
Smitty's good, but they haven't been sitting Smitty in the zone a lot. Maybe because like his size, they want to keep him healthy.
Yeah.
Like when teams are running zone, they haven't been like Smitty, go run around and sit in that hole. Yeah. All his routes have had like it's not the right way to say it. Like they've been like destination routes. Like I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Because they haven't. But it's been like we're not sitting him in the zone where he's traveling.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think I like Pickens to stay hot here, 65.5.
Dude, he's just been killing it.
Pickens is on fire, man. He is on fire. I mean, George Pickens, he's been the number one for Dallas lately. I mean, why would we not take George Pickens? I know some people are. It's like this. I like to comp it like roulette. Like the overs have been money last like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is. It's like roulette. You stay on one color. I stay black's my color, not red. And if black's hit 5 times in a row, am I going to switch to red because I think black is due to lose? No, I don't believe in that. Like, yeah, you could have a bad game. I think Philly's going to prepare for George Pickens, but the thing is, when you have CeeDee Lamb on the other side, who's taking so much attention away, if you shift your attention to Pickens, Lamb is going to pick you apart. Like it is a pick your poison with Lamb and George Pickens.
Yeah,
and I just think the chemistry he's got with Dak right now, it's on fire. I feel like this is a spot where George Pickens has another good game in this one.
You know what's crazy is George Pickens gets traded, and like I think everyone just kind of forgot that George Pickens is a really freaking talented wide receiver.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the quarterbacks in these last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
And I know people give him a hard time because he's like sometimes does stupid shit on the field, but I'm really happy for him playing good football. I never want to see someone struggle, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he looked good. I think I want to keep riding this this over train. So I like Pickens. I took him in a parlay actually for his yards, but I think him going straight on 65 and a half, whatever it is also good. Let's talk touchdown. Let's talk touchdown scorers. There's a lot of guys that could get in today. All right, I'm gonna list off a name and a price. I'm gonna list off a name and a price. You tell me if you would bet it personally. Javonte Williams minus 125.
No.
Jalen Hurts minus 110.
Yes.
Saquon Barkley minus 110.
No.
CeeDee Lamb plus 145.
No.
AJ Brown plus 145.
Yes. No. No.
George Pickens plus 165.
Yes.
Yes. Devontae Smith plus 175.
No.
Dallas Goedert. Yes.
Devontae Smith. Yes.
Dallas Goedert plus 195.
100%. I'm going to bet Dallas Goedert. So
Jake Ferguson 220.
No.
Okay. So for the most
Jake
part,
Ferguson's price is not bad though. Like,
no, it's not bad. For the most part, I agree with you. Javonte Williams, he had a good game the first time because Jalen Carter got kicked out 5 seconds in. So Javonte Williams minus 125 against this Eagles defense. I'll be honest, I won't be surprised if Javonte Williams scores, but I don't think he's going to score today on the ground. I think he would have to score through the air. Hurts, always a bet. I got him in a parlay today. Saquon, it's so hard for Saquon to score inside the 5. Saquon's got to score from a distance run. Lamb, 145. I don't hate it, but I would rather take Pickens at 165. So I agree. AJ Brown, I don't like betting AJ Brown right now. Him and Hurts are butting heads. There's just so much friction. Devontae Smith for me would be the bet at 175.
I like the Smith that because of the explosive play rate that the Cowboys pass game gives up. And Smith has been running more of those, like I said, those destinations, those traveling routes. So like if he gets a good pass, he can break one. As opposed, not saying AJ Brown is not going to get opportunities to score. It's just the price difference.
Yeah, exactly. So I would agree. Basically, what we're saying is Jalen Hurts and the wide receiver twos. Fair. Okay, we got a couple more here. I know we've got a little long today. Tampa Bay at the Rams, flat 7 was 6.5. Brad, earlier this week you said, despite your Tampa allegiance, you love the Rams to win and cover and win big.
Yep,
That's
they
so
were 6 when I said that too.
Is that still true?
Yeah, it's still true. Baker Mayfield, I don't know. Last week was hard to kind of tell because of the conditions. Like the dude's a gamer, but I think he's going to come out. It's going to come in the offseason that he has going to have to get shoulder surgery. I think it's going to come in the offseason. Like he's gutting through something. And I don't know what it is. It's like one thing about Baker is he's always been willing to take shots downfield. Doesn't matter. Right? Like, excuse me. My bad, y'all. From Oklahoma to Tampa Bay, Baker has always been willing to take shots downfield. Over the last few weeks, it hasn't been happening. He hasn't even tried. Like, that's scary. I think the Rams are going to be able to get a lot of pressure. I think also like our secondary, ours is saying the Bucks, has been kind of disappointing. I know it's a lot of young players in that secondary, but for Todd Bowles to be a defensive coach, the defense is not giving enough. Grundy's good. What do you think about this game?
What do I think? It's hard to separate them. Like we both really like Tampa. And Tampa's just been in this spud. They scored 32 points and still didn't even.
That's so freaking brutal, man.
I mean, Josh Allen really, he went nuts last week. I think what we've seen these last few, really since that Detroit game, the injuries are just starting to take a toll on this team. Like Baker Mayfield just can't do it all. And it's unfortunate because I think he's played at such a high level this year. And he's doing it without Mike Evans for most of the year. He's doing it without Chris Godwin all year. He's relying on Ibuka, who is a dog, no doubt. But that's one rookie receiver. And he's having to get performances from like Tez Johnson or Sterling Shepard, Kate Otten. He's without Bucky Irving. Their offensive line's been hurt since before the year started. Their defense had spurts where they were playing really good, but lately it's just not happening. And listen, maybe they get up for this one, right? Maybe they have a big game and they go out, travel from Tampa to LA, which is a long fucking flight. Maybe they do. And maybe they cover, maybe they win, maybe they get blown out. I hate to do it, and I understand why the money's coming in on the Rams. I don't have anything to bet off of Tampa right now. Like LA is top heavy, but the truth is they're playing so much better right now. They're so much more in sync. And I don't know if the Tampa defense is going to be able to stop the Rams offense outside of a couple picks or something like that.
It sucks, man.
It sucks because Tampa's good. And just, if they had a couple things go their way injury-wise, I think we're having a much different conversation. But maybe we're wrong. But
excuse me.
I think the Rams are going to win and cover this game. I think the Rams are going to win and cover. And I hate it because I hope I'm wrong. I hope Tampa wins. But I'm going to lay the 7. Like I had a couple days to think about it. I'm going to lay the 7 with the Rams here. I just think they're red hot right now. They got a lot of confidence. They don't have nearly the amount of injuries that Tampa does, especially key injuries. I think Stafford has a big one. I think Puka has a good one. I think Kyron has a solid one. At the end of the day, I think Tampa could overcome all these injuries offensively if their offensive line wasn't as hurt as they were.
It's so banged up, but the offensive line played pretty good last week. Like,
yeah, I mean,
all things considering.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I just think there comes a point where the injuries are just too much for them. That's my honest opinion. I'm going to go with the Rams here. I think there's some good prop opportunities here. Do you have any that you like?
Yeah. Let me go to it. So I took Sean Tucker over. Shit, that one went up quite a bit, huh? No, it only went up 1 yard. That's fine. I took Sean Tucker over 40. I think I did 48.5 rushing yards at 49. It's a big number for a team that could be playing a trailing position, but I just think he gets a big workload. Mm-hmm. Rams' biggest part of their defense has been their pass rush. and then their pressure. I think the Rams can be run on if the Bucks want to stay committed to the run. And then given how thin they are at wide receiver, I also think that just opens the door for Sean Tucker, right? Like they have to lean on the running game, and it's going to be Tucker. Next week they get Bucky Irving back, so you don't have to battle that. You'll be battling Rashard White, but Rashard White has been very inefficient in the run game. So Tucker, after having a big game, I think can have another big game. I also lean Baker Mayfield over 13.5 rush yards. Typically against good pass rushes, Baker's done pretty good at getting out of the pocket and running the ball. The only thing is it's a well-coached defensive line, and they're not blitzing a lot. So basically why I didn't go full bet is because they're still going to have someone at the second level, right? Like normally teams that get a lot of pressure that blitz a lot, if you break that, they have bad rush integrity or whatever. There's a lot of room at the second level. So I think those Baker runs will be like of the 2-yard variety instead of having like 2 8-yard runs.
Yeah. I just cooked up that Lions parlay on Hard Rock. Do you know what the odds are?
What?
Take a guess.
Plus 1,800.
1,300. You know what they are on FanDuel right now?
Probably plus 28.
34, 31.
Fucking Hard Rock.
I mean, come on. You can't be serious with this sports book. It's disgusting.
Bro.
It's disgusting, honestly. Yeah, look, man, I agree with everything you said. I think this is a game where Stafford 3 pass touchdowns is live. It's 2.5 over 2.5 plus 140, plus 140 fair. I could see some resistance from Tampa in the run game. Like that's why I didn't include Kyron in anything. Devontae, they could have a good one. Anything on Ibuka?
No, I think his number's just too high. Yeah. Not too like, and when I say too high, sometimes like people will say, well, you should bet the under. Like I think that his number is just too high for a bet, which means I think it's closer to fair than it is to being wrong. Actually, I don't think I bet any unders this week. Granted, I've only made like 4 bets. Do I have any unders? I've only made 1, 2, 3, 4 bets this week. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're both on the Rams. Do you like this to be an over game? Over 49.5?
Monday night. Yeah,
Sunday
I do.
Night.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I probably lean toward the over as well. But prime times have been lower scoring. So.
Luckily though, the primetime Thursdays have been worse as opposed to primetime Sunday nights.
By the way, the Bears game's down to 3, so there's some action on Pittsburgh.
But, yeah, I mean that's smart. I was only taking Bears on the money line.
Yeah. All right, last one of the slate. Carolina at the Niners. This was 7. Now it's 7.5. Brad, I'm not taking the Niners laying this number. I know Carolina, what they've done on the road most of the year has not been good, with a couple exceptions. But I don't think San Francisco. I don't think they're back. I think Carolina can keep this one close. Give me the Panthers 7.5. I think there's some good prop opportunities in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this gets ugly for the Panthers, actually.
Really?
I think this is like the Panthers cross country Monday night have a real good chance to just freaking get destroyed. And it's not because I don't think the Panthers team is good. I think the Panthers team is exceeding my expectations. But coming off a big divisional game, now you're playing a non-divisional game where you're going all the way across country on a Monday night. It's just like there's got to be a lot of self-motivated players. How do you get the motivation to go and say, we're going to go give it our all if things get bad early? I know this team has come back from a lot of games. They've been the kings of the comeback, but I just feel like this is a really bad situation for them.
Definitely could be. Definitely could be. Props-wise, what are you thinking?
Dude, I was slightly on McCaffrey rushing yards, and that number got torched. Dude, he was in the mid-60s. Now he's in the mid-70s for rush yards, which is freaking – I'm not betting that. right? Like he was okay, mid is I guess I'm being exaggerating. He was 67. Now he is consensus 74. I liked him at 67 a lot, but that'd be the only prop I would have played in this game. Oh shoot, I am dude, you thank you for saying that.
Well,
I was gonna place a bet in the Colts game.
mhm.
And
Which
never
was?
did it because I got distracted. Tyler Warren over 4.5 receptions.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about Tyler Warren. Yeah, well, I like Tyler Warren. I think he's going to have a big one too. His number was 49.5, I think. I think
Yeah.
Tyler Warren's live to have a nice game here as well.
Actually, I'm going to take receiving yards too. I'm going to just double it up. I think it's a good spot.
That's a good spot there. I think Tyler Warren's going to have a big one. All right. Well, look, I understand your thought on that for sure, but I am going to hold firm with Carolina getting 7.5.
Dude,
So,
it's probably good that I'm saying that because I have sucked on primetime. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. And the last two primetime games were really good. That is a flash in the pan this season, bro. Like, I had 2 good primetime games in a row, and I feel like all season I've been fighting myself. Like, dude, and it's been like not bets that haven't even been close, man.
yeah, I mean, it's tough. I'm cooking something here. I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah.
I actually sent it to you earlier. This is why I hate Hard Rock. This same parlay I just cooked up, 47.88, 6-leg touchdown parlay. It's over 100-1 on FanDuel. I mean, like we can't be serious. Yes. I want a Hard Rock shirt with "It's disgusting" plastered over the logo. Happy Sunday, gentlemen. Great listening. Yeah. Holy City Logan. You're a gentleman
bro.
and a
Thank
scholar,
you.
buddy. Appreciate you. But Brad, let's talk here real quick. Anything else we missed on the show? Any additional parleesies you're looking to cook?
Let me just double check.
Cook.
Dude, I know this is like square as hell, but I think this week's a really good week to get down on the big faves. Seattle, New England, Detroit.
Just take all the favorites?
Yeah, I think they all win, all cover, but I could think you do like 1.5 on money lines, and then you do 0.8 on their spreads.
Okay.
So it's like 0. Yeah, the math.
All right.
The math
Well, it wouldn't be a Sunday show if we didn't cook our Sunday parlay. So let's get to work here.
All
right. Real quick, I want to know your thoughts about this. This touchdown parlay I sent you. Amon-Ra, Travion Henderson, Charbonnet, Olave, Pickens, Nakua. Thoughts? Obviously, the touchdown parlay at 6 legs. It's stupid. This is like a fun like $10 bet kind of thing.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't ever try to go more than 4 on a touchdown parlay.
No, look, man, I get it. I'm just out of those 6 guys, who do you think is least likely to get in?
Olave.
Well, coincidentally, he has the longest odds.
Really?
Yeah. If you took Olave out, it goes to 37.29. But okay, let's look to cook here.
Okay. Gotta have Tyler Warren.
I was just gonna say that. Let's get Tyler Warren in there. All right, so
you know what bet I'm about to make?
Hour 35. Hey, what?
You inspired me.
I'm glad. What did I do for you?
I'm gonna see what these odds are.
Tyler Warren's moved up a few yards.
Dang, I'm not as smart as I thought I was. It's plus 400.
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
That's the worst.
All right,
at least get plus 700.
All right, Tyler Warren, 50 yards. Check. It's a little bit on it. He's 53 and a half, so maybe just take the Chicago Bears money line. Check. right?
Yeah, I'm building it.
All right. Well, I'm reciting it. Kansas City money line. Check.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice.
Let's not wait. I don't want to do same. Okay, fine.
What?
No, I didn't want to have to do it on Hard Rock because their odds have been shitty, but I can do it on Hard Rock. Give me a
Not
second.
been shitty. They're always shitty.
Um,
Wait. Well, do you want to do Warren, Kansas City, and Rice? Say all three.
Sure.
Rice catches.
I don't want to do Rice.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, we can do Rice receptions. It's 6.5 this week.
If you don't like it, say it.
No, it's fine. It's 6.5 this week. It's normally been 7.5.
Okay. All right. So we got Warren 50, Kansas City money line, Rice 7 catches, Chicago Bears money line. That's 4 legs.
Why can't I find the Bears? Oh, there they are. 4 legs so far is +6, +681.
Okay. Do we get risky and throw Arizona money line in there?
Damn. Let's pass on that for now.
Okay. Rams -7.
Yep.
Okay.
Tampa.
Oh, Jahmyr Gibbs. Woo-hoo, baby. What are we doing? Jahmyr Gibbs 80?
Okay.
Okay. 6 legs. Warren 50. Rice 7 catches. KC money line. Chicago money line. Rams -7. Jahmyr Gibbs 80 rush. What does that pay out on Hard Rock?
+353 +3485.
Wow, it's better on Hard Rock than FanDuel. Who would have fucking guessed? All right. Are you good with those 6?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the trick to what we're going to do here. Yay or nay?
Yeah.
Saints money line or no?
Fuck no.
Okay. All right. You know what we're going to finish off with?
What?
We're going to throw San Francisco money line in there. Why are we going to do that?
So you can play the dog at the end of the day.
Yes, for a middle, not a hedge. So what are those 7 legs bring?
4,382.
So it's better odds, I do say. All right, 25 each.
Yeah. Shit, hold on.
So let's recite it. Warren 50, KC money line, Rice 7 catches, Bears money line, Rams -7, Jahmyr Gibbs 80 yards, San Fran money line. You heard.
All right. Dope.
Good to go. 25 each. We're hitting one of these. This is the week. This is the week we're hitting one of these. What, you sick too?
Bro, I think so. I said this morning, I think I'm getting sick.
Everybody's sick. Everybody's sick. Tis the
Well,
season.
I was at the Florida Classic and I tailgated too, so like I already know, bro. You know,
Yeah.
like
I saw you out there.
all
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah. With any luck, I get to stay home by myself and I talk to anybody for Thanksgiving. Just football, not football for 12 hours. I love it.
Bro,
I love it.
I'm going to freaking gonna be at the casino.
What day?
Nah, I'm going to Mississippi.
Interesting.
I leave on Thanksgiving.
I do love it. I do love it. But all right, Brad, anything else that you're looking at today?
No, man. I think we had a good show.
I think we had a really good show. It was long. So I want to say thank you to everybody that was tuning in with us this morning, locking in for an hour and 40 minutes on this Sunday, taking time out of your day, bringing you some goodies, man. We're gonna have a big Sunday here. I think we're gonna eat today.
Hell yeah.
One thing we missed.
What?
In the parlay. Did you lock the parlay in already?
No.
Trey McBride in there or no?
Oh, you want to add him?
Maybe McBride. Maybe we go a little under all here. Maybe like 6 catches. What would that bring it to? We're starting to get into greed territory.
it brings it to 5,200.
You like McBride 6 catches or no? Or is it just too? It's not that much bigger of a payout. It's just another thing that's got to hit.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it out. We'll leave it out. I think McBride. I think McBride's gonna have a good game. By the way, like if you've noticed, Trey McBride is kind of like JSN in the sense that if you prefer his yards, realize that he's pretty much got to have 7 or 8 catches every time in order to get 75 yards this season.
Yeah.
Catches is usually better. But I think McBride could be somebody like a big over today, like 10 for a hundy piece and a tud. But I digress. All right, guys, really appreciate you joining in. We will be locked in on Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. Best of luck this week, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Peace, guys. Thanks.